Mantradrigbhyo namaskritva samam nayanupurvashah suktargardharcha padanam drigbhyo vakshyami deivatam.
La bocca mi baciò tutto tremante. Galeotto fu il libro e chi lo scrisse. Quel giorno più non vi leggemmo avante.
کنون رزم سهراب و رستم شنو دگرها شنیدستین هم شنو یکی داستان است پر آب چشم دل نازک از رستم آید به خشم.
This is a story whose first step begins quite literally at sea level. The spectacular steps of the town hall, rising from the datum line and leading to the Asiatic Society of Mumbai. Home of some of the most remarkable treasures of books and periodicals, prints, maps, coins and artifacts. A library, a center for research, even a citizens' forum for public debate. The Asiatic Society was established as the Bombay Literary Society in 1804 by Sir James Mackintosh. It was founded by the British for the study of India and the Orient, a place where the seat of knowledge coincided with the seat of power. The grand vestibule of the Asiatic still echoes with the memories of those who founded the society and contributed their personal collections to it. Their scholarship was not unlinked to the needs of the colonial administration, but their systematic documentation has left behind a matchless archive. The society was an exclusive European preserve till 1841, an all-male preserve at that. Since then, many Indian scholars, reformers, nationalists and philanthropists have been part of the society. Eminent Sanskrit scholars like Mahamahopadhyay, P.V. Karni, whose memory lives on in the research institute named after him. His work, The History of the Dharma Shastras, earned him the Bharat Ratna, the nation's highest honor. There are over 100,000 books in the library, in English, ancient and modern Indian languages, and some European languages too. Literature, Indology, social sciences, even travel and fiction. An eminent member of long-standing recalls.
This is the Diamond Jubilee year of my membership. As soon as I turned 21, my father, who was a man of forethought and generosity, gave me, instead of a piece of jewelry, a life membership of the Asiatic Society. And it has been a treasure house larger than the gems of Asia to my family.
The Asiatic collection includes over 3,000 rare manuscripts in Sanskrit, Prakrit, Persian, Arabic, Marathi and other languages. Hindu, Buddhist, Jaina and Islamic manuscripts, some so rare they are preserved in a bank vault. Four copies of the Kalpa Sutra, dating from the 15th to the 19th century, a visual treat of Jaina thought and practice. A richly illustrated 16th century Sanskrit manuscript of Aranyaka Parvan from the Mahabharata, an outstanding discovery in the history of miniature painting. An exquisite 15th century Persian manuscript of Firdausi's Shahnama. A beautifully embellished 14th century manuscript of Dante's Divine Comedy, coveted by none other than Benito Mussolini.
Noi leggiavamo un giorno, per diletto, di Lancillotto, come amor lo strinse. Soli eravamo, e senza alcun sospetto.
The society had the honor of declining an offer of £1 million by Mussolini's government. The grand vestibule, that today holds visiting students spellbound, is also where members have paused over the decades to discuss, argue, interact and relax.
It is Nisarga, relation between Prakrit and Sanskrit. Old Orthodox Jains, they hold the view that Prakrit is the original language, and from Prakrit, after some samskaras, it is changed to Sanskrit, and that's why it is called Sanskrit. Siri Sejam Bhava Ther Virai.
The climate-controlled, dust-free Special Collections Room houses over 10,000 of the Society's rarest and most valuable books, open only to researchers and special visitors.
Beautiful it looks, huh? Mantradrigbhyo namaskritva samam nayānupurvashah suktargardharcha padanam rugbhyo vakshyami deivatam.
Its manuscript collection in Sanskrit is vast and eclectic, including texts on astronomy, mathematics, architecture, water divining, even the calculation of impending death through pulse rate and urine analysis. Several illustrated books of the last 200 years are an extraordinary record of the time. They embody observation, documentation, and draftsmanship of a high order. The books on the birds of Asia, like the books on serpents and the plants of the Coromandel, provide benchmarks of biodiversity to environmentalists. The collection of over 1,300 rare maps evokes memories of the fabled explorer Dr. David Livingstone, who addressed the Asiatic Society before an expedition to Africa. There are rare books in several European languages, periodicals dating back as far as 1801, Punch in Gujarati, an archive of major newspapers for researchers, the momentous, the moving, and the not-so-moving. Select periodicals are hand-bound here, including the Society's own journal, published since 1841. The traditional bindery is complemented by a state-of-the-art conservation lab and a high-tech microfilming room. Rare texts, including Buddhist palm leaf manuscripts, are microfilmed here. The Society also has a collection of 11,830 rare coins, ranging from a 5th century Samudragupta gold coin to a magnificent gold mohur of Akbar, and coins issued by Shivaji. The Sopara relics, discovered in 1882 by Pandit Bhagwan Lal Indraji, a renowned Indologist and honorary fellow of the Asiatic Society, occupy a hallowed place in the collections. Excavated at a Mauryan site of a 2nd century Buddhist stupa in Nalasopara near Bombay, the stone casket contains copper images of the 7 mortal Buddhas and Maitreya, the future Buddha. The tiny gold casket contains fragments believed to be part of the Buddha's clay begging bowl. Many turning points in the history of the Asiatic Society have been fashioned beneath the gaze of scholars who once presided over debates and lectures.
This Darbar Hall, 60 years of memories, scenes of stimulating seminars, learned lectures, book launches, not forgetting annual general meetings, some of them very stormy.
The hub of events, crucible of ideas. The Asiatic Society and the Town Hall building were at the very heart of the British fort, the centre of knowledge, at the centre of civic affairs, organically connected to the neighbourhood, an integral part of which is the magnificent St. Thomas's Cathedral, whose foundation stone was laid here in 1676. The beautiful memorial stones here include one dedicated to Sir Jonathan Duncan, one of the founders of the Asiatic Society. Cotton trading flourished on the green, the open space in front of the town hall, known today as Horniman Circle. As the East India Company consolidated its presence, Bombay was restructured. Fort walls were dismantled. A circle of buildings arose, each with a gracefully curved facade and with rows of distinctive keystones. Bombay's first example of planned urban design. The Town Hall and the Asiatic Society at the head of an east-west axis. Today, the Asiatic Society of Mumbai remains a vibrant space for research and scholarship, ideas and debate. A place to savor the past, to argue and to disagree. A heritage to be cherished and preserved. As day turns to night, the steps of the Asiatic come alive again. Scholarship, friendship, relationships. Where Queen Victoria's proclamation was once read, where electricity was first demonstrated in the city, where history continues to be made.
Da